Hello and welcome to the Ladies Football Show with 42 and the LGFA. I'm delighted to be joined by Ciara O'Sullivan, Cork captain, here in Croke Park, and we're at the launch of course, the All-Ireland finals this coming Sunday. Ciara, how are things?
Good, thanks.
Busy day?
Yeah, busy day, but it's a good complaint, I suppose.
Absolutely, and really looking forward to Sunday.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. I suppose at the start of the year, it's where you're hoping you'll be, and now that we're there, we are really looking forward to it. I think it's kind of a long week waiting around for it, but it's getting there slowly but surely, and just really looking forward to Sunday now.
And I suppose, Ciara, there's loads of extras this week. There's special meet and greets with fans. Yeah. There's these media days, things like that. But obviously, training still has to be done.
Yeah, that's it, and it's just trying to keep focus, and while these media days are great and meeting the fans is great, you just have to remember all the time that you have a job to do and that's what you need to be mainly focused on. But it is nice to meet the fans. They're hopefully the ones that are going to be travelling to support us and hoping that we'll get over the line. So they are all things that have to be done. But as I said, it's just about keeping focused on the job in hand.
And Ciara, last year, not being there obviously was hugely disappointing. You told me off air that you watched it at home yourself, and it was quite strange.
Yeah, it was strange. I suppose just because we had been involved the previous few years, it was a strange one not to be involved. But we were beaten in the semi-final by Mayo and we didn't deserve to win. They were better than us, so we couldn't have any complaints. But it was strange to watch it. But I suppose you couldn't begrudge Dublin their win. They had lost 3 finals before that, and they're an excellent team, and to stick together losing 3 finals like that isn't easy. So while it was strange for us, I wasn't begrudging Dublin of the win.
And if we rewind to this time last year, you're not in an All-Ireland final, but going back to that semi-final loss in Breffni Park to Mayo, the feeling after must have been just pure heartbreak.
Yeah, it was heartbreak, to be honest, because you've put so much into it all year, and a semi-final stage is it's such a nerve-wracking stage, because all you want to do, I think particularly in ladies football, when there's only one day in Croke Park a year, all you want to do is to get there, and to just fall short, I think maybe by, was it 2 points, I'm not sure, but it was heartbreaking, and it took a while to kind of recover from it and to pick ourselves up again. But I think we kind of just bottled that feeling and remembered that at the start of the year when we were training hard, and just trying to remember why you are training.
And I suppose going back to earlier this year, yourselves and Dublin did meet in Croke Park, and they came out on top, and they'd never beaten you in Croke Park before, I don't think. Yeah. So that might give them a little edge on Sunday.
Yeah, I suppose that's what everyone's looking for, is an edge here or there, just an inch would do, because there's never anything between the teams. But I suppose, we were coming into that match, and to be honest, I was very nervous coming into that match. I thought we're playing in Croke Park against Dublin, who were All-Ireland champions in lifting, and I thought we could get, and at times it did look like they were going to, pull away and win by much more. So while they did beat us, we were kind of happy with, given how early it was in the year, that we had held on and come back and put up a bit of a fight. But we know that, how good Dublin are, and that it's going to be a massive challenge for us. But, as I said, we're there now, so we're going to give it everything we can, but we're going to have to improve massively on what we've done so far this year.
And I suppose just looking back through the year, you didn't get to the league final, but you kind of bounced back in Munster, got your hands on the trophy again, and you've had quite a strong All-Ireland series.
Yeah, I think the Munster Championship was massive for us, because we weren't even in a Munster final last year. So for a lot of our girls and younger players, and even players who'd been on the panel a few years, but it was their first year starting, to win a cup, is massive deal. And we really enjoyed that Munster, and we celebrated it maybe more so than we had in a good few years, because we hadn't been there last year. So I think that was a massive win for us. We were losing the Munster final at half time, so kind of showed good character as well to come back and win. And I think that kind of set us up for what has been a relatively good All-Ireland campaign so far.
And Ciara, maybe talk to me just about this group of Cork players. I suppose it's different to the Cork from years ago, and maybe different to the Cork that has met Dublin before. A lot of these girls won't have had that experience and that kind of rivalry. Yeah,
I suppose it is different in some ways. There's a lot of new girls, but there's kind of still the same ethos and work ethic in the team, and the same camaraderie that has always been there. Because while there's been a good few changes, obviously we've still people who have been there the last few years and have kind of taught the younger girls, like the likes of Aisling Barrett, who's been there for years, and shared her experiences and brought in the hard work and the friendship and all that has been there for years. So it is we have new people in that, but I think it is still the same as I suppose, as I said, ethos in the group. So we're hoping that that'll stand to us Sunday.
Absolutely. And Ciara, I suppose looking at the forwards, one huge thing about this Cork team is their attacking play, and I think you've racked up crazy amount of goals so far. There's girls coming on there, say Saoirse Noonan coming off the bench. Emer Scally has really stepped up this year. There's endless names there. It's a serious attacking unit though. Yeah, it is. I suppose we do have good threat in our forward line, but if you look at Dublin, so on, they do as well. So I think our forwards, our main job on Sunday is going to be to stop them breaking out attack, because their half-back line breaks at such pace and sets up the majority of their attacks that our forwards could spend a lot of time on Sunday defending, which if we do it well, we'll be very happy with. Absolutely. And then of course the back line as well, we can't ignore that. No. It mightn't just be as experienced as it has been before, but those younger girls are serious threats. Yeah, they are stepping up massively, and I suppose we've Roisin Phelan, obviously, who's been there a good few years, is probably the experienced Shauna Kelly centre back, but Maura O'Callaghan, while it's her first year getting game time, has probably been on the panel 5 or 6 years, so it still has a lot of experience. Melissa Duggan playing fabulously well this year, and I think probably the one that in training that none of us like to mark the most, for such a young girl and with what would be relatively little experience. She's playing as if she's always been around, so it is great to see and to have those girls get chances and really step up and take them. And Ciara, just lastly, I suppose just to ask you about your kind of two dual players, Hannah Looney and Libby Coppinger. It was obviously nice to see them win on Sunday. Yeah, it was brilliant, and I suppose if we're honest, we'd be a little bit jealous, that they've it done. The Camogie have it done now, the girls aren't done yet, but that they've won, and massively proud of them, because it's so hard being an intercounty player. There's so much commitment. I don't know how they do it with both of them, but we're hoping that they can take some of that winning mentality and that experience that they gained last weekend and bring it and share it with us on Sunday, and hopefully get us over the line. Absolutely. And how nice would it be for a Cork double? Oh, it'd be unreal. Yeah, I think we'd be celebrating that in Cork for a while, but we've a lot of work to do before then, and it's going to be a massive game, but one we're looking forward to, because we're there now. We've worked hard to get there, and we're going to give it a right go anyway. Absolutely. Well, thanks so much, Ciara, for joining us, and best of luck on Sunday. Thank you. Okay, so I'm delighted to be joined by Neamh Woods now from Tyrone. How are things, Neamh? Very best. Good stuff. Busy morning. Yeah, busy morning, but it's great, and there's great buzz, and I suppose all the girls that are here today are really looking forward to Sunday, so we're really looking forward to it. And I suppose every team sets out at the start of the year, and the goal is to get to a final, to get their hands on a cup. In this case, obviously, it's an Ireland final. You're just delighted to be back. Yeah, definitely. As you said, everybody sets out at the start of the year with the same goal. That's ultimately where they want to be. Playing on Ladies All-Ireland Final Day, it's a massive occasion, and it's a brilliant place to be. And I suppose as Tyrone, from a Tyrone perspective, we're just delighted to be back here 12 months later. We're hoping to improve our performance from last time round. So I'm going to cast your mind back to last year, to 12 months ago, to here, and to that loss to Tipperary. How heartbreaking was it? Devastating, of course. Every final you play and you want to win, and I suppose the stakes are so high on All-Ireland Final Day. I suppose for the majority of our girls, it was probably the first time a lot of them played in Croke Park, and I suppose you have to factor in the occasion and the hype and the support and all of that as well. And I would safely say it did have an influence on our performance that day, and I suppose we felt that we didn't perform to our best. And saying that, Tipperary are a fantastic side, and we're well ready to go up to senior football last year, and I suppose either team was ready to go, and but we've learnt a lot from it. We've learnt a lot from that defeat, and we've really worked hard on it for the last 12 months, and we're just delighted to be back here in the same position, and we're hoping this time for a winning result. And Neamh, is that something that you kind of referred back to through the year, to that loss, or was it kind of just put in the past? Well, certainly we talked about it at the start of the year. We actually didn't take too long of a break after the All-Ireland final. We took a few weeks off, and then our gym work started for the winter time again. But we talked at length at that stage, and then it was just put to bed, and we know that we can improve and that we'll learn from it. But there's new girls into our panel this year who weren't there last year, so I suppose it's a completely different experience from them. Everybody will be coming into the game on Sunday with a different outlook, but we're all wanting to get the same result at the end. And I suppose looking back, it probably isn't too easy to kind of take good memories from the day, but obviously it was a huge experience to kind of play in front of that crowd, to play in Croke Park, the noise, the colour, like it was an incredible day for ladies football.
Yeah, it certainly was, and I suppose the attendance that was there last year, it was record breaking, and it was fantastic to see. The support that we had was simply amazing, and I suppose you talk about the hype and the buzz around schools and local clubs, like it really was fantastic, and it was brilliant to see so many people within the county getting behind the ladies team. And I know this year with the men being obviously in the All-Ireland senior final, the same hype and the same buzz has been there for both the ladies and the men, and I suppose we're both feeding off each other, and we're really looking forward to having that excellent support back with us again on Sunday. Brilliant.
And I suppose looking back through the year with Tyrone, you kind of set a marker at the start of the year and just went from there, and the goal was always to get back to here. Maybe you could kind of take us through the year, take us back through the league, Ulster, and then the All-Ireland series.
Yeah, well, the National League, ideally we would have liked to have finished in the top 4 and made a semi-final, as we just missed out on that last year. So I suppose at the start of any year you always want to go a step further than what you did before. But we fell short in the National League, and we finished in 5th position. So that was disappointing, but in saying that, the quality teams that we played in Division 2, you have a lot of senior championship teams there, and we certainly learnt a lot from playing against that opposition. The Ulster Championship, we played down. There's only 2 intermediate teams in Ulster, so we played down twice, and it was a convincing win for us on both occasions. But in saying that, down did put up a good test for us as well. The reformat and the restructure of the All-Ireland Championship was excellent, and we really found it highly beneficial, because we have such a large panel and it gave plenty of girls game time, and we were able to rotate our team an awful lot, which was brilliant. And I suppose then coming into the All-Ireland final on Sunday, we know that no matter who's called upon, they each have experienced it and are confident in coming in to do a job. We then moved on to the All-Ireland quarter-final, and that probably was our first game that in the championship that it was, I suppose, tight on the scoreboard as such. And it was really a physically tough game against Wexford, another quality side. And we got past that and met Sligo in a semi-final, the same team that we faced 12 months ago at the same stage of the championship. So you can imagine the two of us know each other inside out realistically at this stage. And that game was level with 3 minutes left on the clock, so that certainly was it was a test of character, and we finished the game and won by 4 points. An excellent win for us, but we've learnt a lot from it, and I'm delighted that we got that test at the semi-final, because it gave us areas to work on, to improve upon now heading into the final. I suppose on the other side of things then, Meath had an excellent semi-final win and were highly impressive. Like, they really are a fantastic side, and we know in order to overcome Meath on Sunday we will need to be at our best, and it certainly has the makings for an excellent game.
Absolutely, and I suppose looking at Meath, they have huge strength in their attack. That's one thing that you do really need to cut out on Sunday.
Yeah, definitely here. They've excellent firepower up front, and their score lines have, I suppose, been reflective of that. But we've worked hard, and I suppose defensively we've been solid all year. So it'll just be interesting then to see how the game pans out.
Absolutely. And Neamh, I suppose you kind of touched on not making the semi-finals of the league, and just before that yourself and Caroline O'Hanlon were away at the Commonwealth Games, and the next thing you're facing off on the pitch when you come back.
Yeah, as you said, myself and Caroline were away at the Commonwealth Games, and we were in Australia for a month, so I missed the last 2 National League games. But in saying that, here it was a fantastic experience when we were away, and but at the same time we were delighted to come back and get straight back into football. And there's a good healthy rivalry always between Tyrone and Armagh, so it always makes for an interesting one.
And Neamh, what's it like balancing the two? I'm sure you're asked this 700 times a week in your mind today. Balancing the netball and balancing the Gaelic football, what's it like?
That's a good question, and you know, as you say, I'm asked that many times, but I suppose I don't know any different. You know, it's a busy training schedule, it's a busy game schedule, but I'm just fortunate to be in that position. Like, I love playing netball, I love playing football, and will continue to play in both for as long as I can. I always remember somebody saying to me years ago that you're a long time retired, so play for as long as you can and enjoy it, and that's exactly what I'll do.
And I suppose you've mentioned it before, and Caroline has mentioned it before, that they kind of benefit each other, they go hand in hand, and you know, you can carry things across one another.
Yeah, certainly. The skills, there's many skills that overlap on there, and the two of them really do complement each other. And then outside of that as well, you know, it's a completely different, I suppose, circle of friends and network of people, and at times one is like a breath of fresh air away from the other, if that makes sense, and the two of them just go really well together.
Absolutely. But netball's in the off season at the minute, are you? So it's just all focus on
it's all focus on football, definitely. And it's nice in that sense when it is championship season that netball has taken a break, and saying that we have World Cup next year. So again, the netball schedule will be, I suppose, obviously pretty full on ahead of that. But here it's an exciting position to be in, and we're really looking forward to it.
But all focus, I suppose, is on Sunday and that 2 o'clock throw in on Meath.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're delighted to be here 12 months later, and we're really looking forward to the game.
Best of luck, Neamh. Thanks so much.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
And lastly, I'm joined by Louth captain Kate Flood. Kate, thanks for joining us.
No problem, thank you.
Busy morning.
Yeah, no, it has been too bad. Just a few photographs and a few more interviews, so it
has to be done.
Yeah,
absolutely. But I suppose, yeah, look, you're back here, you're in Croke Park. This is your 4th time in Croke Park in an All-Ireland final. Yeah. So 2010, you faced Limerick, same opposition as Sunday.
Yeah. No, it'll be interesting. We're all looking forward to it, and hopefully Limerick's beat us the last time, 2010. So we're hoping this time it'll be the other way around, that we get the win.
And do you have much memories from 2010? You were quite young back then. Do you remember much about it?
Not really, no. Like, I just kind of remember the dressing room, the whole occasion, like the parade and the warm up and all that. But other than that, no, I don't really like bits of play in the game, right? And I don't really remember much. But I suppose it was a wee loss, so I was trying to like block that out and look for the future, so hopefully now this time I'll remember a bit more.
But you had a better day, I suppose, here in 2015.
Yeah, we bet Scotland in the final, yeah. Yeah, it was brilliant. Like, we played Scotland previous to that, and then we met them in the final then again. But yeah, it's just an amazing day for all like women's football, and especially with the occasion to be here in Croke Park. Yeah, we're just all we can't wait for the day.
Absolutely. And I suppose the years that you haven't been there as a player, have you come as a fan, or have you watched it at home?
Oh yeah, no, a few of the girls I had play at club are just friends with, we'd always come up for the day out, because it is a day out, and you'd come and watch the men's football, so there's no difference. Sure, why don't you just come up and watch the women's football as well? So it's once you play the sport, I suppose it's great to have the support behind it from girls that obviously aren't playing in that year. So yeah, we definitely do make the trip up, no matter if you're playing or not. Like.
And I suppose you're probably here last year for that record attendance and whatnot, and obviously everyone's kind of pushing to get over the line again this year, and how great would that be?
Yeah, no, it'd be amazing. I know just the clubs at home that they've all got the tickets already, so it's good, just hoping that the weather holds out, that they don't decide, oh sure, it's raining, we'll watch it on TV. So yeah, it's great to have that support, and especially with the media coverage and everything, it's been like publicised so much this year, and I suppose previous years as well, that yeah, it's great to have everyone there, and hopefully we'll be able to break the record again.
And Kate, this year I suppose Louth support has been really good through the year, and even I'm just thinking back to that Leinster final when you won, and obviously it wasn't in the best of circumstances, it was just after Michal's passing and stuff like that, but there was serious support there from around the county. Yeah,
like we were surprised ourselves as players, and then Michal's wife Mary was there, and yeah, I think maybe because of everything that has happened, that people are like, no, these girls need to be given a chance, and we'll follow them. And our men's team aren't doing very good, so it's the only team that's sport in the county. But yeah, it's been great. Like, it's all family and friends, and suppose the younger girls are all in the clubs that are coming out to support us, and yeah, it's an amazing thing to see.
I suppose maybe we could go back through the year, Kate. It's been kind of up and down. Obviously your manager Michal's passing in the middle of it wasn't.
Yeah, no, it was definitely it was a tough time for us all, and so as we didn't really know when it all happened what was going to come of Louth Ladies. Are we going to continue on and what he started for us, or where we just kind of get a team together and just play game by game. But lucky enough, Darren came in, which is a family friend of Micheál, and he took over the reins of Micheál, and we're here now, and it's just been amazing for him, because that's what he started in November. He was like, one thing I want you to do is to be able to get to Croke Park and be in Croke Park, and yeah, we're just all absolutely honoured to be here for him and a memory for him. Like.
Of course, but the group as well, the group itself, Darren coming in, you know, you're a really tight bunch, and that has galvanised you too.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like going out and playing just game football with your family more so than an actual team. We're so close, like even the weekends or anything, we just seem to always be with each other, and I think that's why we've got so far with Micheál Pass and everything, and even with the management. Like, it's just there, I suppose, the gel for us, because some of the girls were like took it really hard, and some, like, we've really young team, so it was very hard on them, and they just took us like on and says, girls, whatever you need, that we'll provide at the best that we can for you, and hope we'll see this journey out that Micheál started in November, and that's what we're doing. And
looking at that Leinster final, like, you know, to bounce back from that and to put on a performance like you did, and, you know, to carry yourselves so well, even celebrations after and whatnot, and Mary to be in the middle of you, like, that must have been special too. Yeah, like, for her even to come to the game like that, it was a shocker for us all. Like, we were just so amazed, and I loved having her there. And even at the semi-final when we bet Derry, she was on the phone straight away ringing and saying, oh, well done, and how proud she was and how proud Micheál would have been of us. It's amazing that she's on this journey as well. I know Micheál's obviously not with us, so she's not exactly part of the team, but she's there with us all the time. She's always ringing in asking how we're getting on. A few of the girls, we called down to the house just for tea after training one night just to see how she's getting on, and it's brought us all together so much. It's an amazing thing to see, and we're doing it for them, for his family and for Marians. And no doubt they'll be there on Sunday as well. Oh yeah, no doubt she'll be there, probably with his hat and probably of course dressed up in his clothes or something mental. But yeah, his family they're going to make the journey for us. So yeah, hopefully now that we'll be able to celebrate all together. Brilliant. And I suppose you just touched on that semi-final. It was a bit of a crazy match, that one. Oh yeah, yeah. No, it was mad. Michelle going down, getting injured, like, poor girl. Like, it's sad to say that, but it helped us, that break. I think it was something that we needed. And Michelle, she's grand now. She came back at training on Tuesday thinking that she was going to train, but we were like, no, take a break. That's just the character Michelle is. She's always that fighting spirit in her. And yeah, it was just, we were sitting in the dressing room for about an hour, and that's what we were kind of talking about. It was like, what we have to do. We've 6 minutes to go out and to win a game, and like, the journey we've been on since November and how we've got here, that we're not just going to all throw it away within 6 minutes, that we weren't leaving there without a win. And lucky enough, that's what we done. We went out and we just left everything on the field, and hopefully we got the win over it. So basically Michelle went down and got injured and was on the pitch getting treatment for pretty much an hour while you were waiting to go out and finish the game. And you were down and went out. Yeah, we were down by 2 points, and then we went out, got a goal and won by a point. Got a goal, says she. Scored it. What was it like to put that one away? Yeah, no, it was a team effort. The girls, like, the ball came from the backs, and the girls just luckily, like, Rebecca fed it to me, and I just put it in the back of the net. But it was a team effort. It wasn't just I didn't take the ball on myself and score. It was like it always is a team effort. Our defenders are absolutely amazing. They kept the goals down to a minimum all year, and lucky enough we've brilliant forwards then as well. They're very fast and they're well able to score as well. So it's just a massive team effort, and the hard work that we put in definitely got us through that 6 minutes. And it's going to take a huge team effort on Sunday again. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's going to be, I suppose, probably the biggest test for us that we'll have all year, and it's everything that we've worked for all year, so we can't wait now. It's going to be exciting. Of course, and I suppose there is that, obviously there's silver on the line, and then there is promotion to the intermediate grade, which would be a huge step for Loud Ladies football. Yeah, I think it's something that we need, especially with the year that it's gone, that this group will stay together, because previous years the team that say got to the All-Ireland final, they kind of get their medals and some of them kind of just drift off for
For what reason, I don't really know, but hopefully this year now, because of the group and everything that we've been together as the group that we are, will drive on to next year, and hopefully if we get the win, then we'll be able to develop ourselves and develop Louth Ladies football.
Brilliant. Well, look, we'll be all looking forward to Sunday. So Louth and Limerick throw in at 11:45, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right here in Croke Park, Sunday afternoon, and then it's followed by Tyrone and Meath in the intermediate final, and that's at 2 o'clock, and then it's Dublin and Cork in the senior final at 4. That's all here in Croke Park, and it's live on TG Carhouse, so if you can't make it here, make sure you tune in. And thanks so much for joining us on the Ladies Football Show. We'll be back next week.